So are you a football fan? How skilled are you at that age-old challenge of keeping a football in the air? Yeah, keepy-uppies. We've got guests in the studio who can not only do keepy-uppies, they can do an awful lot more than that. Jay Heaton is the founder of Atlantic Freestyle, a football event that takes place in Newquay every year. We are also joined by Jamie Macdonald, who is, as we know, a world-class freestyle footballer. Let's start with Jay. You know, in a moment we're in the studio going to have a go, but how is it judged? Because it is competitive.
Immensely competitive. So in a competition format, you'll be battling off against somebody over a 3-minute period, broken down into 30-second parts. So someone comes in 30 seconds, someone comes in 30 seconds after. And based on what you can do and the level of what you do it within those 30 seconds adds up and gets judged over
so there are
3
sort
minutes.
of points for certain manoeuvres,
right, yes.
a bit like a sort of surfing.
You've got to keep the ball off. It mustn't touch the ground, must it? At any point?
I think you are trying to keep the ball off the ground, but it's ultimately it's about the flow and the combination of the skills that you're pulling out and the level of the difficulty of those and combining.
Right.
Okay, let's draw Jamie in now. Who is Jamie Macdonald. He is a world-class freestyle footballer. Can you talk me through some of the moves, Jamie, then? What would be some of the more complex manoeuvres that you do?
Okay, so the complex manoeuvres are just basically multiple revolutions of the football, but basically freestyle's broken into tiers. So we have uppers, we have lowers, and we have sit-downs. So uppers is controlling the ball using your upper body, your shoulders, your head, your neck. Lowers is using your feet, and then sit-downs is tricks sitting down on the floor.
We've got our producer, Matt Pengelly, behind you.
Yeah.
Could you just sort of instruct him in a fairly basic manoeuvre?
Okay, so we're going to learn an uppers move, and this move's called the neck stall. The neck stall has 3 key points. Key point number 1, you need to lean over so that your chest is parallel with the floor.
Okay. Demonstrate first.
I'll demonstrate after.
Oh, yeah,
I'll demonstrate after.
You know
Right, so Matt is now bowing in a very respectful form.
This would be very embarrassing.
I'll drop in as well if you like. Would you like me to have a go?
Yeah, go on, yeah. So
Okay.
Matt's bent from the waist.
Back to the waist.
So step 1, lean over so that your chest is parallel with the floor. Step 2, lift your chin up and look forwards.
Yep.
And then finally, step 3, elbows up high, a bit like a chicken.
Okay.
Well done.
So you look like a racing chicken now. He's bent from the waist with his elbows out. And Jay has put a ball on the back of his neck. Oh, Jay's also got a ball on the back of his neck.
The goal is to hold the ball on the neck for 5 seconds.
1,
So 3.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Spot on, easy as that.
And that's it.
And now, they've basically already taken my job, and I can't.
And how would you get out of that manoeuvre? Get the ball off the back of your neck?
A progression from that is to basically maybe like find the line on the floor, walk forwards a couple of paces with the ball in your neck. The advanced version of that would maybe be to flick it off your neck and keep the ball going. And then another version is push-ups with the ball in your neck.
Okay.
Okay, I'll show you guys.
Jamie's going to... Right, the ball, he's thrown it, it's gone into the area where his hood is. I've got to stand out there. And he's gone straight down on the floor and he's doing push-ups with the ball. And now he's standing up. The ball is being pushed from the back of his neck into the air, flying maybe 2 or 3 feet and then dropping back down again. He's now circling the ball around his neck and along his arms. That was absolutely incredible. So if people want to come and take a look at all of this, give us the details.
The first event is on April the 22nd, Fistral Beach in Newquay. It's its sort of spiritual home. It's where we started last year, and it starts the tour off because we've gone national this year.
Wow,
for the first
so
time.
how long's the tour in total?
The tour has got 3 dates. The second one being where we've been given the permission to host the UK and Irish Championships, and that's going to be in Bournemouth, by Bournemouth Pier. And then we go on to Clevedon, just outside of Bristol, to wrap up the tour on August the 12th. It's the first time a tour of freestyle football has ever happened, and the idea is to build the infrastructure for the sport.
And now I'd just like a quick review from Jamie, please. You are world class. How do you think Matt Pengelly did? Do you think he's got a future?
No. I know he hasn't. One thing I wanted to ask Jamie, are you any good at football?
I'm not.
As well as
I'll tell you what, I'll be perfectly honest, I am average, and that's just because I've put about 10 years into training freestyle football, and they're 2 completely different sports. I've played football, I don't know, ever since I knew I could, maybe like 3 years old or something. and then stopped when I was about 18 to do freestyle professionally.
To wind up, can you show us the classic keepy uppy on the toes? We've got a close shot on here.
So we're actually videoing this. You will be able to see it on Facebook later. I can't see below the desk. All I can see is... Oh!
I just nutmegged him by accident.
Well done.
The boys are playing here at BBC Radio Cornwall. Brilliant skills by Jamie. Fairly good skills by Matt.